We demand entertainment.
Are you not entertained?
Put on your dancing shoes.
Now give me your best shot.
Deputy editor at the Daily Oz. You'll find Emma on Instagram at @Gillespie. She is here now. You'll find her with us.
Good morning.
Morning.
Well, let's talk about Lizzo. So tell us the story that has broken about Lizzo. Just the background to this before we even get to that is that she was in Australia recently. Everyone I know who saw her or took their kids to see her said that she is this breath of fresh air in terms of body inclusivity, in terms of anti-bullying, in terms of kindness. Everyone loved her.
Yeah, she was here very recently, headlined Splendour in the Grass, did a run of stadium shows. And then, probably seconds after she left the country, this story broke on Wednesday morning, I think it was. Internationally acclaimed pop star, as you mentioned, Amanda, famous for her brand of positivity. And she's dealing with this lawsuit, these really shocking kind of allegations that have been levelled at her by 3 of her former dancers. They've accused her of, essentially it all stems from creating a hostile work environment. That's kind of the theme. And then beneath that, we've got these sexual harassment claims, fat shaming allegations.
That she fat shamed them.
Yeah.
And that the sexual misconduct was that she took them to a strip club and insisted that they participate in a certain way.
Yeah, so they were in Amsterdam and she apparently took the team to a sex show in Amsterdam, something that if you've been there, the city is famous for.
Team bonding.
And
Team bondage.
Team bondage. And apparently she sort of pushed the dancers to touch some of the performers inappropriately. There's something in the lawsuit about eating bananas from near genitals, and it's all very kind of
a hell of a fruit bowl.
Yeah. But there are 2 other defendants named in the lawsuit, and that's Lizzo's dance team captain. Her name's Shirlene Quigley, and the touring company that Lizzo owns, who are responsible for her productions and her tours and her shows. So they've also been included. But I think that, people are saying it's not just Lizzo who is named in this lawsuit, but essentially the culture kind of comes from the top down, right? She is the person with the money, the fame, the influence, the power. And if there is a toxic workplace, if these allegations are true, then, you have to look to her as being kind of the point person for being responsible for
This
that.
sounds very much like the Ellen story.
Yes.
Where Ellen was we were all told Ellen's not the nice person you think she is. So I wonder if this wasn't Lizzo's brand, this wouldn't hurt so hard. It'd just be, she's a tough taskmaster on the road and a bit of a weirdo.
Exactly. Well, fans are really, really distressed about this because of that synonymous message of positivity, of body positivity, of inclusivity. She's got this television show that won an Emmy called Watch Out for the Big Girls, and the whole show is about celebrating plus size women of colour and dancers and seeing women move in a way that, other people haven't seen women who look like that move before.
Yeah.
And that's been so enormously progressive for the entire dance industry, and for the entertainment industry.
Allegedly, here she is telling them to go on diets.
Yeah.
So when she was fat shaming, it wasn't because they're not fat enough.
So
she's fat.
There's a lot of complicated nuance in the claims about fat shaming, and even the plaintiffs themselves have sort of said it might not read like fat shaming or sound like fat shaming to you, but there's sort of little comments over time.
Are people being too sensitive about this?
Well, I think some of it's great, but some of the suit details are quite damning. Like there's this one about a surprise audition that dancers who had already been hired for a job to tour with Lizzo were apparently put through this on-the-spot audition to keep their jobs. And during that time, one of the dancers in the lawsuit says that she soiled herself because she was made to feel as though she couldn't take a bathroom break because Lizzo had sort of said that your jobs are all on the line kind of a thing. And I think that's pretty uncomfortable.
That's terrible.
What impact do you think this will have? Because Lizzo's brand is very important in the way that she sells herself.
It's disappointing. I think the overwhelming feeling is disappointment, and this is obviously going to stay with Lizzo. Whether or not it's true, that remains to be seen. It's a civil lawsuit. It's not a criminal case. She's being sued, and she has defended herself. She has denied the allegations, but it will be with her forever now.
Yeah.
I think how she handles it from here is going to be really influential in what comes next for her. But, it's women who would never have otherwise been allowed into the dance industry because of their bodies or their skin colour now have careers, now are professional dancers. And I hope that, you know, for them, the progress that's been made is still feels legitimate. And I think there are two things that can be true. You know, maybe Lizzo is a narcissist, maybe she is an awful person who bred an awful culture, but maybe she also believes in the progress and the positivity that she pushes. And, you know, if that is true and if she does believe that, then it doesn't necessarily take away from the way people feel when they hear her music.
But does she win the PR war through all of this?
Well,
That's what we'll
exactly.
have to see.
And I got accused of soiling myself in Dancing with the Stars, but it was just the way I danced.
Yeah, you're in the green room.
It was just a sweaty guy.
Emma, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Check her out at the Daily Oz. Coming up to 8 o'clock.